jumping in? Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smoke and Barrel. We are here live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So welcome to our channel. We have today with us a special guest who is really just a voice. I don't know if you can see her or not. Mary Bloomquist is here. She's going to read the question of the day. So we don't know what it is, so it's a surprise. We have T. Crocker, the cigar extraordinaire. We have Whiskey Tango Charlie, Charles Wilkerson here. Myself, Brian Huff. Man, we got an exciting pairing today. This is great.
Good stuff.
This is really good. The cigar is great. And, to be honest, I've not smoked a lot of the Perdomo, but it's a great pairing for us, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Mary, what is today's question?
Well, first we have the stat of the day.
Okay.
What percentage of U.S. adults currently smoke cigars? This is from 2021.
That's pretty recent, all right.
And we're taking questions, comments, too.
So we're going to have people respond on what percentage of the world population.
The U.S. population.
So what percentage of the U.S. population smokes cigars? So we're going to wait for that answer?
And we'll wait, before I go.
Okay, all right, we're going to wait.
Here's the question.
Philly B, I need you to answer the question. Philly B, answer the question. Mook, you can answer the question. Without looking, you cannot
He's going to
Google. You can't use any of that.
If they guess the right one, I'm going to know that they Googled it. All right.
Points.
Do you bring cigars on vacation? And if so, what are your go-to? And does it matter what type of vacation?
No.
So you don't bring cigars, or you do, and it doesn't matter the vacation?
No. You take cigars on vacation.
Okay.
That's a given. Listen, packing cigars for vacation is like packing underwear.
Okay.
You gotta have them.
Now, do you pack more than you need?
Absolutely.
Right.
Always.
What are your go-to for vacation?
LFD. This would be one of mine. Perdomo, the Habano, sun-grown,
Barrel aged.
barrel aged, correct, and my MX2.
Okay.
Um,
Now, do you normally smoke those, or are those like special for vacation time?
oh, no. Those are my go-tos. And that special one would be either a Cohiba or Andalusian Bull on vacation.
Oh, Andalusian Bull.
Yeah, I was going there. So, and it depends to me on what we're going on vacation for. So if for instance, we're going out of town in a couple of weeks to Jamaica for our anniversary. We go every year somewhere for our anniversary. So there will be an Andalusian Bull as part of the mix. I'll put in a Flathead 660, CAO Flathead. I'll throw in a Cabinet 5 LFD. I'll have a double Ajero LFD. I'll have a couple of Plasencia hexagons. I kind of go through them because there'll be some that just strike me right there. Like My Father the Judge, if we have it in. Southern Draw Kudzu is another one. It's a really good one to take.
Gina won't like that one.
Right. I don't show her the wrapper.
Don't show her the wrapper.
So my wife has a fear of kudzu, and that is truly, there is no getting around it. There's no therapy. I've tried it all. Everybody gives you ideas. Like, I tell people I'm colorblind. Now they want to ask me, well, what color is this? I'm like, I'm colorblind.
Right.
Yeah. I need a handicap sticker.
I can take that Flathead Roadkill.
The Roadkill be good.
Still host Roadkill.
So, those are the staples that I'm going to smoke every day. Where I have a problem, and, I'm going to Jamaica, so high humidity, climate, hot, it's a late afternoon, sun's going down type of smoke. Because sitting on the beach, I've tried it.
Too hot.
Yeah, I can't do it on the beach. I've tried it.
It's too
What
hot.
about you? What are your go-to?
I don't carry a lot. I mean, if I throw a handful in when I get ready, loading the motorhome up and going somewhere, I'll put a Bones. I'll put some of the Punch. I mean, I get the generics.
The main generic, Charlie.
Those
Those
are-
good. Those
are
are good.
great
No,
cigars.
no, you know, a punch, even
Yeah.
even
Punch
even one of the
Puro.
whites, even the whites.
Macanudo white, you like that?
The white or the green or the red. I like
Yeah.
I like all those, but
Well, we need to-
here's the thing. I'll add one sidebar to that question. So when you go out, because I found myself to do this, but I'm out somewhere and I see a cigar place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like just kind of wander in? Because
Yep.
not like you're going to need anymore. Just wander in, right? I found myself doing that too. It's just
thing
like
about it-
ABC stores, right? I'm
Yeah.
just going to go check it out.
The thing about it is being in the cigar industry. What's hard for me is if I go, say we're having a meeting at a lounge, and I go in the humidor, because I like to. One of the rules of being in the cigar community is no matter what lounge you go to, you always supposed to buy at least 1 or 2 cigars.
That's etiquette.
That's etiquette.
Okay.
That's part of cigar etiquette.
Yeah, yeah.
So you go in, I go into different lounges, and I have to be in the humidor 15, 20 minutes. Because, as Brian told you, everything that we get in, we try to smoke so that we can tell
Right.
people when they come in.
Right.
So when I go in the humidor, it's like, oh, I had that. Nope, I don't want that. So I have to really think about what I'm gonna buy. But yeah, I do. Yeah.
So on the way to Jamaica, we always have private transfer. So I never like to take the sandals, you know, because you're stopping at beaches and sandals. So you're going to stop. By the time you get in the grill, you're going to stop 4 or 5 times.
Right.
So I always just spend extra, get the private transfer. So they will always inevitably, I'll say, look, I need an 18-year-old Appleton rum, and I want some real Cuban cigars, and I don't want to worry about having to tell which is which.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be looking at the wrapper to see if they go together. I want all that. So last time the driver says, oh, my brother-in-law owns the liquor store and cigar shop right over here. So it's like a block right off the road on the way to, well, last year we went to the grill, we went to Couples, swept away. So he took me down there, I got a bottle of 18-year-old Appleton rum, which I always have 2. I call ahead to the bar manager and have them go off resort to get me Knob Creek. So they always bring me a liter Knob Creek that leave it in my room. So I've got Knob Creek because all they got is, I mean, even you get the premium package. They got premium scotch.
Yeah.
You can get Johnny Walker Blue, you can get Macallan 15, you can get some of that. But for bourbon, it's Jack, Jim, Evan, whatever. So I always get that brought in. Well, this past time when I had the Appleton 18 year, I finished the 18 year, I barely even touched the Knob Creek. The rum was off the charts.
Amazing.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely get some Cuban cigars, and I always come back with cigars. I mean, inevitably, but like T said, I mean, I don't want to want for some, and then if you meet somebody, you want to be able to give them some,
Right.
you know?
And you're also bringing back a little bit of vacation with you too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Now I will smoke the Cubans while I'm there. Yeah, I don't like to buy them from the resort. They don't. That's not their thing. You know, like we went to Rose Hill one time in Jamaica. We've only been 10 times to Jamaica. It's our favorite place. But they had a cigar tender. Now he only worked busy like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He had white gloves. He come and light it for you. He did all that. And that was fine. You know, that was good.
So did you get this driver's card? Because that would be the driver every time I'd go there. I'd say,
Oh yeah.
hey,
Get it
I'm
this
back
time.
in town. Come pick me up.
You know what? I didn't.
Yeah, I'm on the
That'd
podcast.
be yeah. You want to,
So this time I did the
All right.
I
but
did
you
the
know
trip
where the
myself.
place is. But you know where the, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not.
man, it's on the way out of Montego Bay. It's a strip mall, but there's a KFC and this, that, and the other on every corner in Montego Bay. So you're right past the water treatment plant.
Right.
I know that, and it's on the right. I know that. There's a gas, but I can see that in my head, but I don't know that I can get to it. But I did this all myself this time. I didn't go through a travel agent. So the travel agent I've been using would always call this guy Stevert, and he owns a transportation company. So I kind of felt bad calling the guy and going, "Hey, what's Stevert's number?" You know. So I didn't want to do that. So I just went on, and the guy had 53 Yelp reviews at 5 stars. So I'm not going to end up in a field somewhere. So I'm good. No, but it was awesome. But that guy will know somebody.
No.
Hey, my cousin's up here with some red stripes. We'll buy them from. It's always like that.
Yeah, friendly.
Helping out the commerce, Yeah, it's cool.
They appreciate it.
Tell me about Paul Sutton, lady and gentleman.
Oh, man.
What
So-
makes it special?
What a story behind this one. So, you guys remember, Troy and I, when we went up to January, went up on a week trip to Kentucky. So we went to BourbonCon, and we met Myra and her husband at BourbonCon. They had a booth here, and they were like the major sponsor. I mean, they had these, they were empty barrels, but they had stitched up Paul Sutton, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, who is this? Who is this? And we met Myra, the owner of this, and so we got the story. So the story is this: her grandfather was in the day was a big, shall we say, let's just put it like that. He was a bootlegger in Alabama. This is another Alabama founded stuff. And so they wanted to resurrect and bring this back up. She had some leftover bourbon juice from back in the day. And so she sought somebody that could help her reconstruct that heritage of bourbon.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So she
Reverse engineered it.
She went. So who did she run into? Or she contacted Dr. Pat Heist from Wilderness Trail or Firm Solutions. So Firm Solution is the foremost expert in fermentation in the world.
Really?
Yeah, Dr. Pat Heist. He's a microbiologist, doctor. So Pat and Shane is Pat's partner at Wilderness Trail. They ended up starting a distillery. But anyway, he took that and reverse engineered it. He knew exactly the mash bill, everything about it. Even tried to, I guess, in some ways, tried to replicate. Obviously, you can't replicate the yeast
Or the corn
stuff.
I mean, you don't know.
But anyway,
Yeah, I mean, you come
it's
close.
as close as you can get.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, this is what a story, Myra. This is fantastic. So she worked with Pat and Shane, and so it doesn't say it on this bottle, and we've got some bottles here. It's not on here, so it's a high rye bourbon. She gave me the percentage. I wanted to say it's 15, 16, 17% rye and corn, and the regular stuff. This particular bottle does not say it. Troy and I just did a podcast on this and reviewed this about 2 weeks ago, maybe. It's a 6-year-old, bottled in bond. This is 100 proof. The new packaging, they didn't think it was all that big a deal to say all that, but the new packaging will say, it says it right here in bottled in bond, but it will be an age-stated bourbon. And it's 6-year-old, and I find this just delightful. I mean, the first sip while ago, the shock to palate was like, whew, I don't remember this being quite as hot.
It's a little spicy. I mean, it's the rye you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyway, it settles down. And this was a very special. This was her barrel 56. She kind of gave me the whole story behind this particular one. And so what's really interesting is they just got distribution into South Carolina. So you can find this at State Line, I think, in State Line. I actually went down and found a few bottles, and I think it may be coming into the Frugal store down there as well. But she got distribution. That's the closest you can get it right now. But they're looking to increase year after year, or obviously get distribution. But I love the story. So Paul Sutton is her grandfather. I'm gonna get this all wrong. Grandfather or great grandfather? One of those two. Just saying. And so anyway, and they're working with. Obviously, this is not Alabama anymore, but it is in the spirit of the Alabama heritage, if you will, if you kind of go to their website. But good family. She was just a pleasant, and I can't remember. I think Myra was. I think she is. She is a past Miss America or Miss USA or something.
Wow.
Because I looked at her. I was like,
She's just gorgeous, huh?
She was a beautiful woman. But they have a family, a couple of kids, and her husband. The neat thing, her last name is not Sutton. Her husband is, I think, is Behringer. But actually, her husband's name is Paul. And I was like, and she said, no, not this Paul.
Right.
But anyway, it was a great story. Great to meet them. She's going to be back in the Carolinas pretty soon. And she's going to get on the podcast with me and, live. I'll probably get her by here at some point.
That'd be great. Yeah, let me know when she's coming. That'd be awesome.
The website says the palate delivers notes of warm vanilla, oak, toasted nuts with hints of caramel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of that. I know what it says. I still don't get, I don't get the caramel as much.
Right.
I dig the oakiness. I get the oakiness.
I just think the rye overrides any
Yeah.
of the caramel in that. I don't.
It's hints too, so maybe they just
Yeah.
need very.
I don't have that discerning a palate. Mark Eckert would. Like
Be
if
able
Mark
to
was
tell.
doing it, he would be able to. Yeah, Mark is. He's got, and this is by no means a slam on Mark. Female women have more sensitive taste and smell. I think they can reach more parts a lot, and he has that ability. It's amazing.
He has probably one of the best palates that I know of around.
And descriptive. He's very descriptive. He's very
And I'm always amazed at the folks, especially if you're like, to me, if I've had several, if we do a couple of cigars and I'm trying to do something, I'm toast. My palate is done. And for Mark and those cigars and to have that keen of sensitivity, I'm like, I don't know how you do it, man.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
But Paul Sutton is a fun story. I think you're going to see a lot more of them. They're really going to come on the market. I know the plans ahead, so you're going to see a lot of that coming.
I have a question for you, Charles.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is it so? When people start to distribute their bourbon, it's like everything hits South Carolina first, then come to North Carolina.
Controlled state. It's
So-
easier. It's an easier path for them to get to market.
So also North Carolina ABC, unless they've changed, Charlie, and maybe you know, they sell on consignment. So what is consignment? I give you my liquor, it sells, then I get paid.
Here's another thing. I did learn this.
That's North Carolina.
North Carolina, it does. And so you think about this, they're sort of in that startup mode, and it's about cash flow. I mean, so they need to get stuff out where they're going to turn it, get money back to the
Right.
thing, and keep on rolling. She did, and I haven't dug deeper into it, but she did tell me they do have a barrel program. So, like, you could do a barrel select, and again, that's another avenue for a distiller to be able to have you come pick it, they blend it, bottle it, ship it, and they get paid for it. Again, it's about cash flow.
New bill came out. Go ahead. T,
No,
you
no,
gonna
no,
follow
go
up?
ahead. Yeah.
A new bill came out in the state of North Carolina that you can now do barrel picks as a bar and sell it in your bar. Remember we were talking before about how do you make money off that? If you do a barrel pick and it's in the ABC store, I'm not making any money off that. But I'll show you the new bill that came out.
So it's up for vote or
I
pass?
think it's passed, but I'll look.
So in other words,
Like you can, go ahead.
You can go to a distillery.
I think it's proposed, but they're voting on it. Yeah.
So you can go to a distillery and select what you want, bottle it, and sell it here. When we going?
Yeah,
I know.
right, seriously.
So we've got a guy, we've got a lobbyist in Raleigh now.
Yeah.
Who we employ to advocate specifically on our issues here, but globally. And so I kind of give him things that I think would be good, but that wasn't one of them. But this was a good one. I mean, so we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
Because Southern Spirit or Southern Star, so I would love to go there, get a Paragon, get a High Ride, they've got some great picks up there. Work with the Sutton family, that's a wonderful. Work with 7 Jars. We could get some good stuff. Even take a trip to Kentucky. Work with Buffalo Trace. Some of those.
There's some of these. I don't remember the states offhand, but there are some states where you can do that already. I mean, not just barrel picks, but the bars are package stores.
Right.
Okay. So you buy the barrel and then they package on
No,
site?
no. I mean, what I mean is, if you're somewhere, and I think there's certain, and I want to say it's over on the Indiana side.
Probably.
I can't remember, but I do remember I've been somewhere where I've seen people come in, just like they would come in to buy a box of cigars. They come in and just pick up a bottle of alcohol and go home with them, rather than going to a liquor store scenario, right? I mean,
Can't drink it.
So we've talked about doing barrel picks, and I've got plenty of members here who would go in to buy a barrel. So you almost pre-sell it. I mean, you can pre-sell it and say, all right, the bottles, there's $40 a piece. Who's in? I mean, the barrel itself is going to run, depending on it, is between $5,000 and $10,000 a barrel. Depends on the liquor. It depends on who you're working with. But it's Smoking Barrel's barrel pick, right? I mean, it's, you name it what you want to name it. And it's your bourbon that you went, you bought, you picked, and you got bottled. And they
You
label
get to
it.
pick what type of the different flavors.
You can
and all
pick
that.
the blend, you can pick the barrel. Well, you pick a barrel, but you're picking it a single barrel, right? So, yeah.
That would be neat.
It'd be cool. So we'll look into that legislation a little bit
Yeah,
more.
I'm gonna have to go dig
I've
that
slept since I read it. So it's been about a month that I read it.
all right, I'm going to look that up because that's pretty cool.
Medical marijuana is on the way. The health committee is still reviewing it, but that's a definite maybe. So if they're going to vote on it, they'll vote on it before June, end of June. So we will know if medical marijuana is approved in the state of North Carolina. So that'll be great. But what was the question you asked, T?
What's that?
You asked Charlie.
Why is it harder, or why does it go to South Carolina first?
Right.
It's easier, Pat.
It's just an open market.
Okay.
And that's part of our frustration. I want to be able to go to any ABC store and get whatever I want. Like if for whatever reason we're a smaller market, if I want to go to Charlotte or if I want to go to Gastonia to get a bottle of Buffalo Trace, just pick it, then we can do it. I mean, we carry a lot of Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, we have Blanton's, we have a lot of that, but I don't have the 15-year Knob Creek, I don't have the 12-year Knob Creek, I don't have the 9-year Single Barrel Reserve, I don't have a lot of these that we should be able to get if it's available in the ABC system. You know what I mean?
I wonder if there's any correlation with states that have higher levels, percentages of tourism too, like more revenue streams of tourism, if that has an effect. No?
It may have an effect on the allocation. So let's say that there's a lot of volume out of Cumberland County or even Buncombe County with Asheville or down at the beach. Then ABC might go, okay, July we're going to send down Eagle Rare.
Yeah, June, July, August. Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, they may allocate it that way. But they ultimately hold the key. Like, we haven't seen Heaven Hill bottled and bond in 2 months. And there for a while, we were getting it, all we wanted.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's not there.
Yeah, everybody figured out how good that was.
Yeah.
and
Oh, man.
it got shoo,
Then you bring
gone.
the
Oh, that's like
scarcity
Cleveland.
element into
That's
it.
like that Cleveland.
Yeah,
Oh, like
You have
Cleveland
to go
Underground, yeah.
Yeah, we have to go. When I go to the ABC store, if it's not on the shelf,
yeah.
you have to ask for it. I
That's
think
great.
we had it here on the podcast, and we had a gathering at somebody's house, and I went to the ABC store and grabbed a bottle, and nobody at the gathering had ever seen it. They was actually taking pictures of the bottle. It was like, yeah, I'm going to get this.
So
and now,
thanks to Mike Youngs
yeah,
at Johnson Brothers, who came in here one day and said, "You need to get this Cleveland Underground."
Yep.
yeah,
And you have to ask for it.
Well, now you do.
now you do.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
good stuff.
that's a big deal.
Well,
All right, what are we smoking today? We're smoking the
Let's talk
Perdomo Habano Bourbon blend.
I gotta go. So I'm
go.
so sorry to interrupt. But I
No,
just
what
wanna
is the
say-
percentage
Yeah.
of cigar smokers in the United States as of 2021?
Yeah, can we look on the comments? Did anyone comment?
I did
already?
not see one.
Look, T, did you look on
Did you
yours?
see any comments? All right.
Okay, let me look real quickly. Let me just see.
So
Anyone
nobody
has
Googled
commented?
it. That's good.
Okay, what's your guess? What percentage of U.S. adults smoke cigars? Anyone want to go first?
T's gonna go first. We'll listen to it.
The adults.
Adults in the U.S.
Yes. I'm assuming that means 18 and up. That's my guess.
Yep.
I would say 21 and up.
21 and up. I would say 50%.
50? Okay.
I'm sorry.
50%.
I'm gonna go with
She
five.
hangs out with a lot of people who
I'm gonna
smoke
say
cigars.
5.6%.
5.6, 50, 50.
I was going to go at, you got my answer, but I'm going to go with 4.9.
3.5%. That stat is from, I think it was
Post.
2021 was the last.
Okay. Post.
2021. That's from our lovely CDC. And with that, thank you for letting me be on the podcast.
Thank you, Mary. Please come back again.
3.5.
I love the narration and keeping the conversation going. It's helpful.
Happy to help with that.
Well, thank you, Mary. Mary's great. If anybody needs a marketing specialist, guru of all things, PR, Mary Bloomquist, ladies and gentlemen. For the love of technology, Google it. Thank you, Mary.
Bye.
So the Perdomo Habano Bourbon Barrel Aged. So it says right here, two of America's great loves, bourbon and cigars, paired together.
This a barrel age?
It is. It's out of Nicaragua. It's a medium sun-grown. The wrapper color is Colorado. Interesting. The binder's Nicaraguan. The filler's Nicaraguan. So obviously this is the torpedo that we're smoking. T came up with this today. I think it's a great pick. It pairs well with what we're smoking today. Drinking. So yeah, it's look at that. No touch up. No nothing. I lit it right off the light. You know what? I think it's been smooth.
You like that?
Yeah, I do. Definite medium. It's not medium plus. It's not medium minus. It's right in the medium category. Very good. Excellent.
So I don't know where did, and maybe it was on the little wrapper that I took off, the ribbon at the bottom. I didn't see anything that indicated to me anywhere. I'm just looking at this. It says barrel aged anywhere.
It's on their website
Yeah.
as they describe it. So.
So that's awesome. Because I don't pick up any of the, I don't get the flavors of any of the barrel in there.
It's nice. It's nice.
Now, when it says barrel aged, it wasn't bourbon barrel. It just put it in a barrel, a cask of some sort.
It's a bourbon barrel.
It's bourbon barrel.
A bourbon barrel.
Yep.
It's not infused,
Not infused. I got that.
so you're not going to get as much of a
Like,
cognac. We've got some infused cognacs, So you're not going to get as strong a pull on that. But I mean, regardless, man, really good smoke. I appreciate T introducing us to it. It's really good.
Y'all had this one for a while?
I have to look at her. Honest to God, I haven't smoked a lot of Perdomo, so I've got the 20th anniversary in my box to smoke. I was given that by a friend.
We have the Maduro in there, and we have the 20-year. We also have the Champagne.
Champagne's pretty popular.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Champagne.
So I have a good friend, my friend from Boston. He's a Champagne guy. He, like lots of them, they have taken him. He's such a big customer. Not so much now, but back in the day, he was such a big Perdomo guy. They flew him to the factory.
Yeah,
Met Nick Perdomo.
And took him down. Gary had a tour. And he's Champagne was it. I mean, there was no other cigar made for him. That was him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's cool. We still talk about, the bucket list, and my bucket list is Dominican and Nicaragua to a factory tour trip.
It'd be really fun to see. I mean, I've heard Carol Lee talk about the amount of touches and the labor intensive part of getting to this coming to the thing.
300 hands.
Yeah.
300 hands.
$10 for a cigar. It's the average price. It's the average purchase price. It's $10.53 here. And 300 hands touch a cigar. It's amazing.
Wow.
What other handcrafted product can you think of that is in affordable range like cigars? It's incredible.
No, not at all.
I mean, anybody can afford it,
Phew. Well, it's been quite 2 weeks. Like I was gone last week, but we had an incredible last week. We had an incredible tasting event with the Speedway Club. Almost right at close to 50 for that tasting event.
Great.
That's
a great event.
Just overlooking the Speedway. Unfortunately, it was, the weather turned out later in the week, and they got all that. But anyway, that was a fun event. Monday, a week ago, I guess it was, Troy and I would take a trip. We make a little quick run up to Winston-Salem. Visited the guys up there. So we end up catching up with, went up there to meet up with Nick Lewis, which is the regional brand ambassador for Bardstown Bourbon.
Oh, okay.
So Nick was in town. He also had Mark Irwin, which is the CEO for Bardstown Bourbon. Got to meet up with Mark and say hello. But they just opened a new bar up there called Dram and Draft.
Oh yeah.
So Dram and Draft, I think they're Raleigh's a big one. Cary, Raleigh area. They just opened one in downtown Winston-Salem. Incredible bar in one of the old factories down there. Really cool place. And I found out they're in the process of putting one down in Charlotte, South End, Dram and Draft. It's going to be another one. But they had, I was talking to the guy up there, the manager there, and so we're talking about hard to get. So Winston, you think it's hard to get stuff here? Think about Winston-Salem, and he was like struggling to get stuff for the bar, right?
Really?
I mean, he said, just think about what he said. Well, you and Troy from where? And I said, down in Charlotte. He said, oh yeah, y'all get all this shit down there. I was like, no, we don't. And he said, oh yeah, trust me, way more than's coming up to Winston-Salem. So, but anyway, it's been fun. And then I came in at the tail end. I dropped off and I was by here when Cigar Week was going on. I ran into T and a bunch of the folks up here, and it was wall to wall that day.
That's a big time. Yeah.
Hell of a week.
Yeah.
I was checking with you. I still don't think you recovered. I'm looking at your eyes. I don't think you quite recovered.
I took a whole week off. I took a whole week off, and a week and a day. I tried to recover as much as I could.
Still getting up at 3 in the morning though. That's
Yep. Still getting up at 2:30 in the morning to
oh good lord.
go to the big top, the airport. That's what I call it, because it's a straight circus right now.
And I did dive in a little bit for a few minutes. I jumped in on just watched a little bit of last week. So good to see Jack here. Jack was back in town. Y'all had Jack.
Toronto.
Rhino. Yeah.
He and Gavin were here, and they were gracious enough to stay with us. They had to go to Greenville after they left here, but always great to see those guys. And Jack's such a great person for the cigar world and
Great
cigar
advocate.
family. Huh?
He's a great advocate.
He's a great advocate and does so many great things for us. And he is, I was impressed at the number of events that he goes to personally.
Right.
And the travel, he's traveled 5 straight weeks, and you're like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't think about the life of a cigar rep, much less an executive at his level. But these guys work when everybody else is,
Sleep.
yeah, they're always out working. And they're always on the road. And if they're doing their job well, they're hustling. And, yeah, so you don't see your family a lot.
I can imagine what they frequent flower miles look like.
So how was the trip out west? You had a good time out there, I'm sure.
Denver was phenomenal. We had a great time. Had the 2 best steaks of my life. Just not even a discussion point. I had the tomahawk at Garden Grace. We were celebrating Jack and Maddie's graduation and Mother's Day. So that was on Saturday night when we got there. So Jack and Jess had to leave. Jack, my son, not Jack Toronto.
Right.
He had to leave on Sunday. So we celebrated my birthday. Unfortunately, my birthday was on Tuesday. We celebrated on Monday, and I was going to go to Elway's. And I went, I'm going back to Garden Grace.
Oh my God.
Because all I'm going to do is be disappointed,
Oh my God.
right? So then I had the Cowboy ribeye, and man, did not disappoint. And they had their own, old fashioned. She would not tell me the bourbon. It's their own bottled bourbon, apparently. It was phenomenal. It was great. I had like 3 of those, a little cheesecake at the end. Oh my God, it's incredible. So, and we went hiking in cars. And it's the atmospheric, like the hub of atmospheric studies in the United States. So beautiful area. There was the rumor that a mama bear and a baby bear were roaming around, but I didn't see them, thank God. I'm not, they could be 500 yards away, I'm good. So we went to see the buffalo at the artillery. It's the National Artillery where they used to do artillery practice. They shut it down. Now it's a preserve for wilderness. So we got to see some deer and stuff, but it had rained so much in Denver. They had 2 inches in a couple of days, and that's like a year's worth.
Wow.
So they can't handle flooding like we can't handle snow, basically.
Right.
But they had to close off part of the park, so we couldn't get close enough to see the buffalo. Last time we went there, the buffalo crossed the road in front of a whole herd. Right, me to you. They're crossing the road. It's pretty cool.
Some
But,
big animals. I've seen them.
Oh, yeah, they're enormous. Huge. Enormous. And they lumber, but when they got to go, they can go. So you don't mess with them. You see Disney World, they're real.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you were talking about that steak a while ago. So I was scrolling just the other day and I thought about you. And I don't even know where this place was. I just stopped and watched it. This high-end steak house of some sort, I guess. They take a 45-day aged deal, whatever, and they poach. Think about this. They had this big old pot with melted butter and clear butter. They poach the steaks in this butter.
Oh my God.
And literally, it's really done when they bring it out. So you want a medium rare? I mean, it's already 210.
Right.
They simply put it over, they take it out of that, and you get most of the butter off. They put it over there and sear it up, and everybody's the thing is like, it's incredible. People are losing their mind over it, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're taking a steak and poaching it in butter. And
It's like parboiling it.
grilling it up, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Parboiling it
In butter, yeah.
And then you're grilling it up. I'm like, okay, I got to try that. The only thing is, you're going to have to melt, a pound of butter.
Or more than that.
Right?
But you don't remember where it was.
I don't know. I'm going to have to go back.
Got to go back and find
I'm going to have
that.
to Google this.
I got to challenge my best ever.
Yeah. Oh my.
Could it be better? I can't imagine. I mean, I usually have to get it medium rare to get it medium like I like it, right?
Right.
I asked for exactly, I said medium, perfect. Oh, it's incredible.
Nice.
Incredible meal. So, wonderful trip. The girls moved into their new house, so we helped furnish the new house. We got them a pit outside. We got them a new bed.
Cool.
End up paying for the repair of their new washer. So that was part of Maddie's graduation. So yeah, that was cool. We had a great time.
Both graduated now, right?
Jack graduated from CPCC. Maddie graduated with her master's from UC Boulder, and Maddie's looking for a job in her field right now.
Cool.
Jack is automotive technology. He's working at Tyndall Ford in Gastonia. So he's really enjoying that, working a lot, but the owner comes up to me at a golf tournament, Natalie Tyndall, she comes up and says, we thought we loved you. I said, and then I had an offspring. She said, yeah, we love Jack. And I said, well, he loves working there. So
That's
always good to hear.
Natalie's still at Tyndall. She's still there.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Every
you know
day.
what? Those things have happened to me more than once with both of my sons.
That's awesome.
And people say, Charles, I met your son, and it's what a great young man. I like and that. Forget anything else, all the hardships, that is the best. The best as a parent, right?
Absolutely.
Because you
So
always
proud.
hope that they're going to go out and do and make you proud. And I tell them all the time, and I make it a point to always say, you know what, boys, I'm so proud of you all. So very proud of you. You've done well. You've got a family now. You're just amazing. And then
tell
you get
mine.
validation of people that just encounter them and didn't know.
Right.
And then they say, wait a minute, who? Your dad is who? I know your dad. And
Yeah.
then they're like, next thing I know, somebody's calling and saying, yeah, I just met your son. Didn't know who he was.
Right.
What a great young man.
Nothing better to hear.
So-
It's like Talon, T's son.
Yeah.
You've never met a better gentleman who is,
I saw a
yes
picture
sir,
the
no
other day.
sir, all that.
He,
We got a 3-year-old Elliot hanging out there too.
yeah.
How about that?
She needs a
Little
paper
me.
route. She needs a paper route. Anybody hiring for a paper
A
route?
paper route.
I got a 3-year-old. She ready. She's ready. So we had the adventure of her spending the night at the hideout for the first time.
Cool.
That was interesting. Because at 10 o'clock, she looks at me and goes, T-Ma, I'm going to drink my juice. What juice? The juice in my bag. I said, show it to me. So she wanders over there, reaches up, grabs the juice out of her bag. She said, I want to drink this. No, ma'am. Not at 10 o'clock tonight. You are not drinking a Capri Sun and having me up all night. So she realized now that she has her own room and her own bathroom at the hideout.
There you go.
Yeah. So I told my son and my daughter-in-law when they came to pick her up, I said, we got to finish getting her room ready. I said, it's got to be painted. We're gonna take the carpet out. We're gonna put some flooring down. My daughter-in-law said, I don't paint. I said, okay. So your assignment,
Tony Johnson, he asked, can you work the smoker? They hire you.
what smoker?
Can you work the smoker?
And before then, he,
Tony Johnson asked, "Could she work the smoker?" Okay.
and he commented earlier, which Brian said, best parents, best gift, compliment on a child.
There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tony. Absolutely.
And I told her assignment was to find a bed for the room. So we got some remodeling going on at the hideout right now.
Well, that's good stuff.
We're getting ready to sell, and this is not probably not what you're looking for. Speaking of that, so we're getting ready to sell our entire bedroom set because it's time. We've had it for 20 plus years.
Wow.
It is a I'm gonna get this wrong. I think it's Kincaid. Kincaid.
Sounds like a High Point purchase.
We have
Lexington.
it's a king size bed, 2 nightstands, dresser with a mirror, a bureau, and a wardrobe thing.
Right.
And it's all high poster bed. It's the I mean it was, but wife and I just decided, it's time to change it up. Going to something maybe a little more modern, a little more whatever. And so
I'm gonna need a dresser for her room anyway. So yeah.
it's yeah, I told her, I said, well, I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna put it on Marketplace. I'm just gonna let it fly. I don't care.
Well, send me some pictures, Charlie.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of furniture.
Anybody out there looking for a job as a server here at Smoking Barrel? We are hiring. We pay $10 an hour plus tips.
Nice.
They make great money here, great atmosphere, great environment. People are awesome to work with. So, hey, let us know. Look us up. Yes, sir.
See, to follow up, Tony Johnson is Boogie. And he wants to know, can the grandbaby work the smoker?
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Boogie.
She like to eat, so yeah.
Respect, Boogie. First time I ever heard that. Respect. I like that. I said, that's got to be good. Got to be good. Boogie's awesome. Boogie's going to be here in July, y'all. And I'm just telling you, you never had a brisket.
That boy bad.
I mean, he makes so many things, though. The salmon.
The smoked macaroni and cheese.
Oh, the smoked macaroni and cheese. Oh, man, everything he makes is off the chart. Off the chart.
Good stuff.
He's fantastic. Love Boogie. Love me some Boogie. He's an awesome guy. So Boogie's just, in such demand. We can only get him ever so often. But when we do, everybody needs to take advantage of that. I will. I'll be eating some brisket. I mean, I'm on a diet, but I'm gonna eat me some brisket. No doubt. Great guy. Baltimore strong. So he's great.
All right, what y'all got coming up? Here?
Well, we got Juneteenth is coming up. We got Father's Day coming up.
Come get your 4-packs. Come get your 5-packs for your father.
5-packs for your Father's Day. $40 5-packs. There'll be a variety 5-packs. We got, we'll have some LFD in there. We'll have some house cigars, but then we're gonna have Flathead 660 5-packs. We got, it's gonna be a variety. You're gonna love it. It's a great quality. It's a great value.
We got a bunch of my father's coming in.
We got 7 different facings of my father getting ready to hit the shelf. I would guess today's Wednesday. We'll probably have them on Friday. They've been shipped. Wow. So they're on the way. So yeah, we got a great thing going there. But you got Juneteenth. So Juneteenth from 2 to 6. We got Sheila B. DJing from 7 to 10. We've got Buff Dillon. Full day. full day. So yeah, so it's going to be a great weekend, man. That's just awesome. Father's Day is the next day. Because Juneteenth really falls on that Monday, we had to move it to Saturday since we're closed on Monday. So we want to celebrate it that weekend. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy time, vacations. All the schools around here graduated last week. So normally that's like another week or two before, but they're out early. So a lot of people headed to the beach over Memorial Day, and it rained for like 3 straight days.
Hell, we canceled. We were supposed to be down there.
That was awful.
Myrtle Beach Travel Park Thursday to coming home on Tuesday. And we looked at the thing. It's like, yeah, canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled it, moved our reservation, pushed it out. We're going back in after Labor Day. We'll go down for a long weekend. Bummed me out. I was like, man, bummed me out. I was like, God, I was so looking forward to like on the beach, cornhole boards, the beach cart, all that, and like nothing.
You know what's crazy is, and I happened to turn on the news one morning, Memorial Day weekend. People down in Florida.
What's happening?
What's that, hey, Doc? All right, down in Florida, just enjoying themselves, going about their day or whatever, and then gunshots. You got people running out of stores, running to the beach, running to the water. I'm like, are you serious? Like, can we not just have a peaceful time sometime?
People, it's just so much mental illness out there. I attribute it to that. I've talked about it before. It is the most undertreated epidemic. We shut everything down for COVID, but the last stat I saw, 73% of America has some sort of mental illness. You believe that? That can stream from anxiety all the way to schizophrenia or bipolar or whatever.
You know why? Because they don't smoke cigars.
That's right. It's only 3.56%. Smoke more cigars. Save your mental health.
Hey,
That part.
they pay $100, $150 to go see a therapist. It's my therapy right here.
For $150, you can have like 15 cigars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we don't want to spend it all on cigars. You could have 9 cigars and 3 good drinks, maybe 4. Come on, whiskey night tonight at $6. Could do that.
What are y'all doing for whiskey?
It's the special is Benchmark. It's a special.
Hey,
But tonight there's discounts tonight on Perdomo. We don't have Sutton family. It's Paul Sutton. It's a special that Charles brought in. But yeah. Next week, what are we doing? We're doing Angel's Envy and what are we smoking?
Harry Estella.
Harry Estella from New Estate.
New Estate, yep.
And we're doing Angel's Envy next week. So you guys need to join us. That will be on special next week. So yeah, come in the day of the podcast. Get 20% off what we drink on the podcast and what we smoke. Definitely need to try it. Hey guys, great talk today. Great
stuff.
Anything else?
Man, this is
Great pairing, man.
good to catch up, and yes.
Well, I have to keep 2 boxes of Perdomo on the shelf in case our good friend Lawrence Taylor come back in.
Yeah, LT, you got the Perdomo. What was he like? The 20-year or
20 year.
20 year. I said, I'm sure we do. And you got Johnny Walker Black. Yes, sir. Got that. Happy as he can be. Done. T, what's the best cigar you smoking today?
The one I'm having right now with family and friends.
There we go. Salute. You guys have a great day. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us again. We'll see you next week.